Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. I am so happy that you decided to pop in and join us. We have another amazing show just for you guys. And can't wait to get into it and share it with you because I know that you're really going to like this show. All right. So, first of all, thank you for coming. And if you are new to the channel, we'll just launch your camera app like so, and go ahead and point over the QR code, touch the yellow lips, you'll get my link tree. If you're not watching us and listening to us only on the podcast, we'll just go to Believe, BELIEVE, me, M-E, Achieve, ACHIEVE.com. That's believemeachieve.com for my link tree. If you're coming back and watching us, thank you so much for your support, friends, colleagues, associates. If you're watching us on the replays, whether that's 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 6 a.m., 12 midnight, 12 noon, or whenever you decide to watch us, thank you so much for making the choice to have Inspirations for Your Life be part of your day every day. Let's get right into the master topic, shall we, everyone? Here we are. Our master topic, ladies and gentlemen, is essential principles for interacting with people. And I know what you're probably saying. John, I know how to talk to people. Okay, great. I'm glad you know how to talk to people. But the thing is this, are you doing it consistently? And do you know why you're doing something? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So I want to reference a very wise man and one I've taken courses from and read his books. His name is Dale Carnegie. You probably know him or have heard of him. Very wise man. And so a lot of what I'm going to be sharing this week comes from some of his courses. And so when we think about, motivation, we think about people, the question is, how does all this work, right? And so I think what we need to do is start out with I'm going to call it a ground uh, base. And so if we understand what a base is, then I feel that we'll actually be able to make progress in our life. Now, let's talk about three of the most important things. One is to interact with people. Okay. Sometimes we get a little zealous and we want to put our agenda on them. It's important to remember that we have to have a certain spirit, a certain attitude. So don't criticize and don't condemn. Okay. How would you like it if you're doing something and somebody criticizes you? Now, remember, I'm not saying constructive feedback, that's different. Criticizing is when you blatantly put someone down, tell them they're no good at something, but don't give them a way to improve. See, I think that is the most important thing. Hey, Ken, thank you so much. Always remember that you are such a beautiful gem of a gentleman, a human being, and a friend of mine, and to millions who share his goodness with others for the betterment of humankind. Savor the flavor of the awesomeness in that. Hey, Ken, I am once again speechless by your amazing gratitude for what I do. And I will do a magic trick, not tonight, but I will do one. So we have a great master topic this week, and it's the essential principles for interacting with people. So a lot of times people want to share what's wrong. And so sharing what's wrong is okay as long as we do it with constructive feedback. So if you don't like the way someone is perhaps, I don't know, acting, remember, it's not the person you have a problem with, it's the behavior. Hey, Jim, I know you're working really hard. And I was just wondering if when you present, that you could stand on the right side of the stage and keep the microphone on the left and try not to use any papers and keep things electronic. Is that something you're open to? As opposed to, that was a horrible presentation you gave. You were wrestling with the papers. I don't ever want you to present again. See how that got toned down? But you see, the first one allows me to be able to make changes. And yet I don't feel humiliated because I got feedback that is not aimed at me, it's aimed at the behavior and it's not taken as an attack. So don't criticize or condemn. That's really important. Remember, we are on our second year. That's what series 2 means. We're on show 16. I can't believe that we're on episode number 1, which you know how we do this. We start on a Saturday, we roll all the way through the week, and we end up on a Friday. Give honest and sincere appreciation. What the heck does that mean, John? Well, you are never speechless, sir. Thanks, Ken. I guess I'm just stating that I am so grateful for you, giving me Kool-Aids or accolades to what I'm doing. It does mean a lot when I get compliments from great people like yourself that really appreciate my content, and that makes my day. It makes my evening. So give honest and sincere appreciation. Maybe someone's doing this job. It could have been something as simple as maybe a family member putting away your clothes, or maybe it was maybe a relative that made you a cake. Thank them from your heart with gratitude, okay? But give honest and sincere appreciation, not like, oh, thanks. You ever been it could be at a truck stop, it could be at a store, and you hold the door for someone and like, oh, thanks, and they really don't put the feeling into the thanks. Now, you don't stand there and wait for that feeling because you have to get inside the store, but it's like they say thanks because they feel they have to, not because they want to. So when you give honest and sincere appreciation, number one, you feel better because whatever we do, either positive or negatively, bounces to that person and it boomerangs right back. So we get that positive feeling in our mind, but you know where? In our heart. Yes. Our heart is like an amazing Wi-Fi system. Now, it can't get you on the internet, but it has the ability to pick up emotions and feelings. And so when someone is genuine and they say, hey, I am so grateful. Thank you for taking the time to fold my clothes. Thank you so much for picking up extra milk. I know I was running low and you saved me a trip. Thank you so much for subbing with me at Mass. I know it was a small thing, but I appreciate that you were able to do that for me. And next time, whenever you need a sub, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. See, when we do something with an honest and sincere appreciation, it's different than just, oh, thanks. Like hold the door for somebody, oh, thanks. When somebody holds the door for me, you know what I do with them? I try to hold the door back for them, but what I do is when I do, I'm like, oh, thank you very much. Oh, you're welcome. And it's a thank you that I feel, not a thank you that I got to rush out of my lips because people say, oh, they're holding the door. You better say thank you. Right? Or the impulse is, oh, you better hold the door for them. So it's not like that. So somebody's holding the door for you. Oh, thank you very much. Let me get the door for you too. Like, make it something that you want to do, not something that you have to do. All right. That's important. So I have one more point I want to share with you tonight, and that is to arouse in the other person an eager want. That's interesting, John. Arouse in the other person an eager want. Arouse in the other person an eager want. This is amazing. Okay. And it is the cornerstone to any business or any personal connection that wants to attract and either land new customers or land great friendships that'll last a lifetime. Now, many people make the mistake, and that is to focus solely on telling people this is what we do and why we're great. Who cares? When what we should be doing is expanding on the message. I understand the challenges you're having. I was wondering if we could sit down and have a conversation so I could learn more and potentially figure out if there was a way that this could be solved. So when we take that approach, it's different. It's different. Why is it different? Because we are putting our ear forward first. We're listening. How many people in your life do you know that sit down and eagerly want to listen to you? Let's just say for 5 minutes. Can you name two or three people at your office or maybe at your home, even if it's your family, that will sit down and want to listen to you? Can you name one or two friends that will do that? Chances are, if you don't have any, these are not really friends. These are people that are leeching onto you. Because when we arouse a genuine interest, okay, that person does the same back to us. Now let me explain that again because that might be a little tricky. I'm going to try to explain this in a real simple context. We understand what's going on. We want to talk about it and figure out a way to resolve it, right? So when you hear that context, and I'm sure you've heard it before, arouse an eager want in the other person. We have to know who the other person is and what they're going through. Maybe you had a relative or a friend and someone in their family passed away. And the first thing people say is, "Oh, I know how you feel." You do? Yeah, I know lots of people that passed away, and I'm sure it must be devastating. No, you don't. And that person's going to get mad at you. However, if I said, "You do," they say, "You do?" I do. I lost my grandfather on Thanksgiving night when he was rushed to the hospital when I was just in the middle of third grade. And I was not permitted to go see my grandfather, not because of my parents, but because my grandmother wanted to shelter me. I remember her coming downstairs and giving me a little plastic turkey with that was colored. She called him Tom the turkey. And she's like, "This came out of grandpa's cupcake and he wanted you to have it." And I was like, "Oh, can we go see grandpa?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, he's left for the farm." And I didn't quite understand or get this. My parents are like, "You really should tell him what's going on." I said, "Well, we'll wait. If he went to a farm, we'll just wait." I didn't know what a farm was back then. Just thought it was a place people went, right? And so when you have gone through a situation, you could say something like, you know, "I understand what you're probably going through. Maybe not exactly. I lost my grandfather when I was in the middle of third grade. And I know he was very special and important to me, but I'm not going to pretend to say I know the kind of connection you had and what it means to you." And they might say, "Gee, John, yeah, it was exactly like that." Be a little humble. Be a little humble. There's nothing wrong with having humble pie. Nothing wrong with it. So arouse an eager want in the other person. It could be a friendship, it could be something you want to do together, but arouse that eager want. People do things because they want to. When we ask someone to do something because we want it, they do it to be courteous, but they don't necessarily have the same amount of enjoyment or, let's say, anticipation or willingness to participate because it's not their idea. Therefore, when we learn what the other person wants and we can get them interested, they suddenly want to do it. So most people don't care about the other person. They care just about themselves. That would be someone who is selfish. People right now have been more concerned about their own wants than yours. If both sides aren't benefiting, guess what's happening? You or the other person is manipulating. So an eager want is something where the person is moved by a strong, urgent, could be a passionate desire or interest. For example, I'm talking to a friend and I'm just asking, well, what do you like to do for fun? Oh, I love to go mountain back climbing and I really like rappelling. And one of my favorite things is to go on the Elkin Trail. Oh, really? Um, what reasons you like that trail? I was just curious. Oh, I like it because it's right near the woods. It takes about a half a day to hike it. And there's a little restaurant just before that I can kind of go and get something to eat. And then in midday, there's actually a point where I can go to the side and there's like a little place I can get something to eat. And it's great. Really? That sounds pretty cool. I don't suppose you'd be open to us checking that trail out sometime, maybe this weekend? Yeah, I'd love to do that. Now, you just aroused an eager want, a desire. You took that flame, that slight interest, and you stoked it. So now they're on fire because you're talking about it, but also because now they know you want to do it, and they're going to want to show it to you. Let them. That, my friends, is going to be amazing. Amazing. So tonight's lesson, really simple. Don't criticize or condemn. Use consistent constructive feedback. Give honest and sincere appreciation when you want to do that. Don't just throw appreciation out there just because you think you have to. Arouse in the other person an eager want. And you're going to have that person eating out of your hand, not by manipulating them, but by honestly having something that you share in common and that you can grow from. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic evening, April 15, 2023, Saturday. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space E Space MORLEY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a fresh bowl of fruit, or a very savory, delicious dessert. Either way, we'll be grateful to those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to empower you to become a better version of yourself. And remember, essential principles for interacting with people are one of the main keys to you becoming a success in business and being a success in your personal life. Have yourself a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone.